I've got the looks, the drive so goes wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy C-Money back with another video, and today we're making SmackDown reactions for last night's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. And what an episode! We got a lot of talk. We have a lot to talk about in this episode. So try it's just the lighting, but we have a lot to talk about here. So first of all, SmackDown starts off because it's revealed that the Bloodline are gonna fight the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre. Sorry, there's just torrent here. It's making. I'm trying to keep kicking it. Are gonna fight. The Bloodline is gonna face the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and one other person. Yes, at War Games and at Survivor Series War Games in War Games. Yeah, and I cannot wait to see that. Yeah, because then on the Raw side, we have the women with Bianca Belair, Damage Control. Yeah, now for SmackDown, because they wanted, I think they wanted to have a Raw and a SmackDown. Yeah, and they kind of wanted to have a women and a men's. Yeah, so now for the men, yes, we got the women, we got Bianca Belair, Damage Control. Yeah, and then for the men, we got the Bloodline, the Brawling Brutes. Yeah, so it starts off with Drew McIntyre and the Brawling Brutes coming out, because last week Drew McIntyre came to the Brawling Brutes' aid when they were fighting with the Bloodline. Yeah, and because the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre have had so many wars in the past, been rivals for a long time, friends too. Yeah, but they finally made amends, and Sheamus said there's a mutual respect that was earned on both ends from the war that me and you have had and stuff. And it even said that Sheamus 3 weeks ago, he's like, and it was because of that respect that I asked Drew McIntyre to be the best man at my wedding 3 weeks ago. Congratulations to Sheamus, got married 3 weeks ago, and Drew McIntyre was his best man. That's very cool. Yeah, but yeah, and they're making a joke, Broody, because how the Bloodline says, oosie, oosie, oosie. Yeah, so Sheamus said, Drew McIntyre, will you be our honorary brute? Yeah, yeah, it was so funny. Yeah, but because it's 5-on-5, because the Bloodline, you got Roman, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn versus Rich Holland, Butch. And Butch, because remember, Butch is also Pete Dunne. He was Pete Dunne before he was Butch. And he's been in War Games back in NXT and stuff, so he knows. Yeah. Rich Holland, Butch, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and then one other guy, which you'll see who it is. Yeah. But, so Sami Zayn comes out, and he's like, my dogs. The Bloodline's gonna win, no doubt about it, all that. He's like, we don't care who your fifth member is, it doesn't matter. And Sheamus, is like, once you find out who the fifth member is, you are gonna be shocked, because it's, and you'll see what happens, But, and then we have the SmackDown World Cup. Yes, because the winner will face Gunther. It's like a tournament. The winner will face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. So they had Mustafa Ali and Ricochet. And Mustafa Ali's still a little hurt back from Monday Night Raw, when Bobby Lashley killed him. Yeah. So Ricochet wins in the end with a shooting star press while Mustafa Ali was standing. Yeah, which was very cool. Yeah, and so Ricochet advances, and he's going to face Braun Strowman next week, yes, in the tournament. And it's funny, because, Ricochet's confronting Braun, and he said, just talking and stuff, and I'm like, Ricochet, though, you're going to get killed by Braun. No offense, Ricochet, but you're going to get killed, yeah. And then Jey Uso's all mad at Sammy, because Sammy's like, you going out there, you speaking for the Bloodline? And he's like, what did I do wrong, Jey? Why you hit? And then Jimmy's like, all right, enough, because Roman was on this episode of SmackDown, because he's like, Roman's coming soon, he's gonna arrive here in a little bit, so we gotta stop. All right, come on, let's go, chill out, come on. Yeah, Jimmy trying to say, all right, enough, come on, we have to get our act together, we gotta get on the same page. Yeah. And then, Emma Emma's back, yes, as you know, and she kind of has a little crush on Madcap Moss. So Madcap Moss is facing Karrion Kross in a rematch from the match that they had a few weeks ago. And Madcap's all pissed because Kross had Madcap on like the Cross jacket for like forever, yeah. And because he was talking because back a few weeks ago he was still in the feud with Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross. So he has the microphone while he has the Cross jacket on. So Madcap's like voice is a little like, yeah. And then Emma's giving him like some advice and stuff, and just a little love, yeah. But yeah, no, that's fine. And then in the Madcap Moss, again, a hell of an effort, but in the end, yeah, Karrion Kross wins with the Cross jacket. Then again, Scarlett getting involved, yeah. Then Emma came out to kind of help Madcap Moss after once he was down. Emma came out to like comfort him almost. No, but yeah, I'm very excited to see how they go with that. Yeah, what they do with that. And then the Usos and Solo Sikoa, yeah, or no, sorry, it was just the Usos. They confront Karrion Kross backstage, and they're like, "Are you the fifth member? Are you the fifth member?" And I'm like, "No, he's the Drew McIntyre and Sheamus's Brawling Brutes team." I'm like, "No, come on, it's Karrion Kross just got out of a feud with Drew McIntyre. He doesn't do friends, yeah." So, and he's like, and they said about Roman and stuff, talking about that, and he's like, I'm coming for Roman's titles when I want to, and I'm gonna do it on my own, yeah, not with a little pack, yeah, I don't need a pack, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that's Karrion Kross, he doesn't do friends, yeah, but it's just him and Scarlett, yeah, and it's funny because in the background you see Bray Wyatt he's all mad, and you'll see why because we're gonna talk about that. But he's like almost talking to himself or talking to like this demon inside him because he's talking to no one. Yeah, so he's like talking to himself almost. Yeah. Because what happened is, because last week, as you know, Bray Wyatt headbutted LA Knight, because LA Knight kind of was talking trash about him and stuff. So Bray Wyatt came out, he was talking about fear, respect, just, making like another great promo, yeah. And then he said he wanted to apologize to LA Knight for headbutting him last week. LA Knight came out, he's like, I feel like you understand me. Yeah, he's acting all nice. He's like, you know what, like, you understand me, you respect me, and I respect that, yeah, just all that, just being, and then he slaps Bray Wyatt in the face, and he's like, now we're even, apology accepted, yeah, and Bray's like, no, but Bray said, look, just make the right decision right here, and he offers his hand to shake his hand, yeah, he's like, just shake his hand, both go your separate ways, and you'll be fine. Like an idiot, LA Knight, he goes, yeah, and slaps him again. Yeah. And he goes 2 for 1. Yeah, just all, and then Bray Wyatt, and they zoom in. Bray Wyatt has this evil stare. Yeah, very, very creepy, Bray Wyatt style. Yeah, but no, and I'm like, LA Knight, you idiot. Yeah, because then what happens? He starts to leave, and the interviewer, Sarah, I think her name was, yeah, interviewed him and said, are you just running because you're scared of Bray Wyatt? He's like, no, I'm not scared. It's just, I'm done here, so I'm going to leave. I'm not going to sit around here just waiting. I'm done here, so I'm going to leave. Yeah, just being, cocky LA Knight. LA Knight opens the door, and, he doesn't see it because he's too busy talking to the interviewer. And, like, the new Bray Wyatt mask, like that gray mask that we always seen was like that we see sometimes in those promos, was in the background. Yeah, it was all dark, but you saw the mask. Yeah, and it was like freaky. Yeah, and then but once like he walked out the door, the mask was gone. Yeah, and then they come back from commercial break. LA Knight is found unconscious, crushed under all of this stuff. Yeah, crushed under all this stuff, and I'm like, idiot. Yeah, you brought it upon yourself. You slapping Bray Wyatt because I feel like. I really like the way they're going with Bray Wyatt because they're kind of basically as he's just trying to he doesn't want to fight some people. He doesn't want to cause any problems. But then you do what LA Knight did, slapping him 2 times. Yeah, then you piss him off, and then he goes and LA Knight's found unconscious, buried, crushed under just all this stuff. Yeah, because he's crushed under a bunch of tables and like just crushed under all this stuff. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and he's unconscious. Yeah, like he brought it upon himself. Yeah. Don't mess with Bray Wyatt, man. Yeah, like, trying to make peace with you and you smack him in the face twice. Yeah. Idiot. Yeah, so he got, so I really like the way they're going with Bray Wyatt here. I really do, yeah. And I can't wait it gets better every single, week, yeah. Shotzi defeats, Shayna Baszler because, Ronda Rousey was out there and they were kind of 2-on-1, yeah. So then Raquel Rodriguez came out to help out Shotzi, and then and then Shotzi was able to do a roll up on Shayna, 1, 2, 3. Shotzi wins because she's gonna face Ronda Rousey at Extreme Rules for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Yeah. And then Braun Strowman and the New Day took on Imperium because the New Day's talking about how last week they lost to the Usos. Yeah. And they lost their historic reign as longest reigning tag team champions. Now the Usos are. And Imperium's comes out making fun of them, saying they're clowns, all that. Yeah. And then they're like, how about you? And they're making fun of Gunther, saying he looks like a guy from the Addams Family. Yeah. And then they're like, hey, we'll find a partner and we'll see you guys in the ring. And of course, it's Braun Strowman. Yeah. Which is cool because remember, what was that? I don't know. It was sound back there. Bray Wyatt, is he back there? He better not be. That'd be scary. Because Braun Strowman's in the SmackDown World Cup, yeah, and remember, the winner of that will face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. And Braun Strowman's obviously going to win the tournament. He's going to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, yeah. So, Braun comes out, and him and Gunther are kind of like face-to-face, but Gunther's like kind of afraid, yeah. Gunther's like running away, yeah. And then Braun Strowman and the New Day win. And Braun's like, yeah, I'm going to win this World Cup, and I'm going to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I can't talk, yeah. And then in the end, Butch and Sami Zayn fought in the match for the SmackDown World Cup. Butch picks up the victory because, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, they're all brawling outside. Then Butch, in the end, and what they tried to do was like Mustafa Ali, he was representing Pakistan. Ricochet, Braun Strowman were for America. Santos Escobar was Mexico. Shinsuke Nakamura was from Japan. Yeah. And then Sami Zayn was Canada, Butch was for the UK, and then Jinder Mahal was for like India. Yeah, yeah. So they kind of so they had like the country stuff. Yeah, and Butch in the end, Butch defeats Sami Zayn because they was distracted because Jey Uso got in the ring because he was brawling with like Sheamus and stuff when Sami was about to hit Butch with a haluva kick, and he's like, Jey, what you doing? Then Butch hits the bitter end, 1, 2, 3. They win, but then they're still brawling. Then Roman Reigns comes out, which I knew he would. I'm like, yeah, they said he's supposed to be here. He's going to come out during that. Roman Reigns comes out. He starts getting involved in the brawl. Yeah, taking out everybody. Comes face-to-face with Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, all that. Then, and it was funny because it was cool because 10 years ago, like yesterday, I think it was, 10 years ago, 10 years ago, November 18th, or like, the Shield Survivor Series 2012, The Shield debuted in the WWE. Yeah, so it was very big because 10 years ago, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, The Shield, they made their debut. So it was very cool. Yeah, that was just a cool to see. Yeah, but so yeah, it's been 10 years since The Shield debuted. Yeah, then they're brawling. Then Kevin Owens comes out, which I knew. He was one of the picks I had. Who's going to be the fifth member? Kevin Owens, yeah. And it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out. He starts brawling. And it's also because with him and Sami Zayn. Keep that in mind. Best friends, bitter enemies, all that. Yeah, so he drops Roman with a stunner after Brawl continues, and War Games is set. The Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and because Kevin Owens, he was in War Games once before in NXT 2019, yeah, when he went up against the Undisputed Era, yeah, so, very cool, very awesome episode of SmackDown, and Kevin Owens, we haven't seen him in like a month, I think it's been, so great to see him back, but yeah, that was it. What an episode of SmackDown, guys. Stay tuned. Sheriff C Money Part 3 coming very soon, I promise. Next week. Stay tuned, yeah. Kevin Owens is back. He joins War Games. But that's it, guys. Leave a comment, like, subscribe for more. I cannot wait for this pay-per-view. But that's it, guys. C Money's out.